In 2008, Elon Musk was sleeping on a grease-stained factory floor while having $20 million sitting in his bank account. He wasn't doing it for a publicity stunt. He was doing it because his life's work was bleeding to death. With the global economy collapsing, Elon was down to his last few millions. He faced a brutal, impossible choice: split his remaining cash between Tesla and SpaceX and risk both dying, or pour everything into one and watch the other go bankrupt. He chose option 3. He risked it all on both.
Most humans flee from stress. Elon Musk treats it like oxygen. We've been told that success is all about morning routines, green juices, and manifesting your goals. But the habits that built the world's wildest trillion-dollar empire, they aren't healthy. They are brutal, obsessive, and bordering on psychological madness. Today, we're stripping away the memes and the Twitter drama to look at the terrifying habits that allowed a severely bullied kid from South Africa to reshape human history. And fair warning, after seeing the actual cost of his success, you might realize you never want to be a billionaire.
Long before the rockets, Elon was the easiest target in his school. He wasn't just teased, he was hunted. One afternoon, a group of boys threw him down a concrete staircase and beat him until he blacked out. He woke up in a hospital bed with his nose smashed. Traumatized and isolated, Elon didn't look for comfort in friends. He escaped into books. By age 9, he had read the entire Encyclopedia Britannica. He was consuming sci-fi and physics textbooks for up to 10 hours a day. And this built his very first billionaire habit: deconstructing the world into operating systems.
See, most people look at a car and think, that's a vehicle. Elon looks at a car and sees a complex thermodynamic system. To him, an economy isn't a political debate, it's a supply chain algorithm. Because his brain was rewired by thousands of books before he ever turned 18, he stopped accepting human rules. He realized that if you understand the core physics of a system, you can alter reality itself. But reading books doesn't make you a billionaire. What happens when you combine that hyper-intelligence with a work ethic that borders on a medical hazard?
Enter habit number 2, the 100-hour war zone. During the production ramp-up for the Tesla Model 3, a period Elon called production hell, he literally moved into the factory. He didn't leave the building for days at a time. Employees would find him passed out under a conference table or sleeping directly next to the assembly line. He was working 120 hours a week. To put that in perspective, that's nearly 3 full-time corporate jobs combined, with 0 days off. Now, management gurus will tell you this is terrible leadership. They're right, it is. It's toxic, it's unsustainable, and it causes massive employee burnout. But Elon didn't care about balance. He cared about speed. He knew that velocity is the ultimate competitive advantage. If a competitor works 40 hours a week and you work 100 hours, you will achieve in 4 months what takes them an entire year. It's not a secret formula, it's basic math. By making himself the primary sacrifice, he infected his entire workforce with an unmatched sense of urgency. But working hard is useless if you play it safe. And Elon's third habit is something that would make a Wall Street hedge fund manager vomit from pure anxiety.
In 2002, eBay bought PayPal. Elon walked away with $180 million in cold, hard cash after taxes. At age 31, he had won the game. He could have bought a super yacht, retired in Miami, and never looked at a spreadsheet again. Instead, he did something completely unhinged. He took every single dollar and split it between 3 industries that had a near 100% historical failure rate: electric cars, private aerospace, and solar energy.
He literally had to borrow money from friends just to pay his personal rent. Most wealthy individuals survive by diversifying their risks, spreading their money across safe stocks and real estate. Elon's habit is extreme risk concentration. He operates like a high-stakes gambler who puts his entire life savings on black, wins, and then immediately lets it ride on the next spin. Why? Because he genuinely believes that if a mission matters enough, total financial ruin is an acceptable price to pay.
How does one guy disrupt aerospace, automotive, and telecommunications all at once? He uses a mental model framework called first principles thinking. When Elon first wanted to send a payload to Mars, he tried to buy a rocket. The aerospace companies quoted him a price tag of $65 million per launch. Most people would have said, well, I guess rockets are just expensive. But Elon's brain doesn't work that way. He stripped the problem down to its core physics. He asked, what is a rocket made of? Aerospace-grade aluminum, titanium, copper, and carbon fiber. Then he looked up the raw commodity prices of those exact materials on the London Metal Exchange. He discovered that the raw materials cost only 2% of the typical rocket price tag. The remaining 98% was just human inefficiency, middleman markup, on bureaucratic overhead. So he stopped trying to buy rockets. He bought the raw materials, hired elite young engineers, and built SpaceX in a warehouse in Los Angeles. By rejecting corporate tradition, he slashed the cost of space travel by nearly 80%.
If you want to manage multiple multi-billion-dollar companies, you cannot view time like a normal human. Elon organizes his entire day using a strict 5-minute block algorithm. Every meeting, every phone call, and even his meals are planned out in tiny 5-minute increments. If you're an executive presenting to him, you have to get to your point within the first 60 seconds. If you use corporate buzzwords or try to fluff up a failure, he will cut you off mid-sentence and walk out of the room.
But let's be real for a moment. This isn't a superhero origin movie. Extreme success on this scale requires a dark, uncomfortable trade-off. Elon's habits have left behind a trail of broken relationships, public controversies, and intense alienation. He has openly admitted to battling crushing bouts of depression, severe loneliness, and a mind that refuses to shut down. He once described his brain as a never-ending storm of ideas and pressure. We live in a cultural landscape that glamorizes the lifestyle of a billionaire. We copy their outfits, read their favorite books, and try to mimic their habits. But true disruption doesn't come from a place of comfortable balance. It comes from an all-consuming obsession that leaves very little room for anything else.
So after looking closely at the data, ask yourself the real question. Would you sleep on that cold, greasy factory floor? Would you wager every single dollar you've ever earned on a wild dream that everyone tells you is impossible? Are you willing to pay the price?